It's 19 hours GMT. Hello, good evening, and welcome to JoyNews Prime. We are coming to you from our studios here at Koko Mlemle in Accra. We are also live on DSTV channel 421, GoTV 125, and around the world on myjoyonline.com. My name is Carlos Caloni.
And I'm Faustina. So for tonight, Ayawaso Central Council of Zongo Chiefs warn of possible chaos if the NDC goes ahead to cancel the results of Saturday primaries and order for a rerun.
Yeah, there's something like that. There's something like that. So this is what we are avoiding. Well, we know what we are, Nima.
Details as the NDC's W.E.B committee is racing against time to complete investigations into vote buying allegations at the Ayawaso East primary, with Baba Jamal taking his turn before the committee today.
Also, JoyNews goes undercover, exposing an alleged extortion network in Amancia Central, where illegal mining is not just tolerated, but taxed, receipted, and protected by government appointees.
Good afternoon.
Boss Pacho, okay, your baby to stick out.
Okay, to stick out. And see, when him, Mame, or the Moodion, Mame name is Officer in Kasawai. It is no matter the man and I'm money in the Panakasawai.
We have details in our latest hotline documentary titled A Tax for Galamsey.
Also coming up, Roads and Highways Minister dismisses claims by the NPP Ashanti Region Parliamentary Caucus that the government is downgrading the Suame interchange from 4 to 2 tiers, calling it misleading.
Well, tonight, the Ayawaso Zongo Council of Chiefs has warned that cancelling the result of Saturday's NDC primaries and ordering a rerun could spark chaos in the Ayawaso East constituency. The chiefs have declared full support for parliamentary candidate Baba Jamal, even as investigations continue into alleged vote buying that marred the primaries. The NDC's W.E.B committee will hear from all 5 candidates before its 3-member panel, which is set to present a report within 24 hours. The following report has the details.
The NDC's W.E.B committee is racing against time to conclude investigations into vote-buying allegations at the Ayawaso East primary, with all 5 candidates expected to appear before the 3-member committee. The committee, led by senior party member Kofi W.E.B, is probing claims that some delegates were induced with cash and other items during the primary, which was won by Ghana's High Commissioner to Nigeria, Baba Jamal Mohammed Ahmed, after a closely contested race. Some of the delegates confirmed to JoyNews they received cash and other items, including a TV set, to vote in the elections.
Very huge amount of money being given to a delegate with television because someone wants a vote.
But didn't you take some yourself?
I was given as transportation fee, and I took it.
How much? How much was that?
It was huge.
Very huge.
It was given to me.
But what would be the minimum? What would be?
I was giving much money.
Will you reach 1,000 cedis?
Hey, 1,000 is small.
1,000 cedis is small.
It's small.
At the center of these allegations is former Ghana's High Commissioner to Nigeria, Baba Jamal, who earlier put up this defense after claims of him sharing 32-inch television set to delegates.
So if you give television set to people, what is wrong with it when you gift things to people? Is this the first time I'm gifting things to people? I have been, those of you who know me, know that every Christmas, every occasion, every instant, I have put down 2.5 million to give free loans to people. So if today you are giving, people are coming to vote and you are giving them something, it's not buying for that.
But the party has since initiated a probe into the allegation, with the committee given 2 days to complete the investigations and present its recommendation to the party. Inusa Faseni is a member of the committee.
The committee will be looking at the incidents recorded in the Ayawaso East constituency, its effect on the integrity of the internal electoral process
to elect a candidate for the constituency to contest in the March 3rd elections. Recommend sanctions where people are found to be culpable.
But even before the investigation can be concluded, some residents have questioned the party's decision to investigate the allegation, insisting it is not part of election process to give delegates gifts.
Vote with the Ayawaso do be anywhere while standing election one chair. Ebinimu ma moto, ebinimu ma TV, ebinimu ma cash. And the obia try. So I say Onukwa na this card
all of them give money. And it's not the only person that give money. All of them give money. But luckily that he won the election and people were accusing him of vote buying.
Meanwhile, Ayawaso Zongo chiefs have declared their full support for Baba Jamal amidst ongoing investigations into vote buying allegations that marred Saturday's election.
No matter what, during elections, one will come out victorious. Honorable Baba Jamal has won the election, and we the chiefs, are congratulating him for coming out victoriously. May the Almighty Allah guide him and bless him.
Ayawaso Council of Zongo Chiefs warn of possible chaos if the NDC goes ahead to cancel the result of Saturday primary.
So we are one people and one destiny. We are bringing our heads together with the winner of the election to work hand in hand, because we have seen any reason why that they should cancel the election. You fear that if it is cancelled and rerun, there may be chaos? Yeah, there's something like that. There's something like that. So this is what we are avoiding. Well, we know what we are in Nima.
Well, let's head now to the Amansia Central District in the Ashanti region, where illegal mining is not just tolerated, but systematically taxed, receipted and protected by government appointees. Our reporters went undercover, using secret recordings and documentary evidence to expose an alleged extortion network involving the district assembly and a task force operating under the authority of the district chief executive. In our latest hotline documentary, A Tax for Galamsey, we uncover how illegal miners are compelled to pay fixed registration fees, 3,000 Ghana cedis per chamfang machine and tens of thousands of Ghana cedis per excavator in exchange for uninterrupted operations. Here are excerpts.
Undercover, we infiltrated the Jakobu Township, the seat of the district assembly, posing as illegal miners operating at Eskesu, one of the mining communities. It is time for us to uncover the loot. We secretly filmed every process and navigated the community on motorbikes. The assembly is where we intend to make payments and confirm every illegal mining scandal. Our undercover operation led us to Philemon, a receptionist at the district assembly. He greeted us and with apparent willingness agreed to help us procure a warrant sticker for our Galamsey operation. He called one district engineer who would later send us contact to the mining desk officer himself.
Afternoon. Good afternoon.
Boss Macho, okay, your baby to stick out.
Okay, to stick out. And see, when Mame, or the Modion, Mame Miss Officer in Kasawai. It is no other man and I'm more in the Panakasawai.
All right.
Yeah, trust sticker.
Hours passed as we waited for the mining desk officer and leader of the task force, a man known interchangeably as Red, Malam or Nana, who also served as the community's chief imam. Our wait was prolonged because he was reportedly out on an operation collecting the tax from illegal miners. Payments were allegedly collected on Mondays and Wednesdays alone. Later, we managed to speak with the head of the mining desk on phone. He confirmed the 3,000 Ghana cedi payments for Chamfan machines and instructed us to wait for his arrival, which was very uncertain.
One leg, you know.
Bachani.
We have a moment, bro. Why? But the fire
The fire. A better and keep a sea Kobe Picacra.
45 minutes.
Wow. Looking at Cabecra and to me, because he has sent your Kokumase.
Our investigation points to serious breaches of the law by state officials entrusted to protect the public. Under the Minerals and Mining Act 2006, Act 703, facilitating or providing cover for illegal mining constitutes a criminal offense. Evidence gathered shows that officials who offered protection and collected payments may have crossed the line from regulators to accomplices. These actions potentially violate the Criminal Offences Act 1960, Act 29, which criminalizes corruption and abuse of public office, as well as the Public Financial Management Act 2016, Act 921, which prohibits unauthorized collection of public funds.
Well, cocoa farmers are intensifying pressure on the government, calling for the payment of outstanding arrears for cocoa beans supplied since November 2025. According to the farmers, the government's failure to pay has severely crippled their day-to-day activities and making cultivation increasingly difficult. My colleague Jacqueline and Suame has more in the following report.
Over the last few days, the big conversation on every network has been cocoa farmers calling on government to pay them the arrears due them. Since November, they've not been paid, and they've been crying out and calling on government to pay them the arrears. Well, currently I'm in Akoko, where most of the farmers, earlier it was a bit chaotic, trying to get answers from the government as to why they haven't been paid. Now, I want us to take a listen to most of the concerns raised by these farmers.
We are a cooperative. We are president. Now, if you say I
have never experienced this before. That's almost 4 months we haven't been paid.
Kaklani adumaya de yaje atom na kakle yaje atom so na wo fesika yi mayen na ye be ni denti adesrade ani yade to aben yesre no
kit ani kitame no mo hwe so a obie ni ho a.
If you look at this list, it shows no one has been paid. I have a nephew to take care of in a university, so he's in the house.
Otifie sika ni ho a mede ma akola na de akọ no ye kokko no asase no ye de mama galamsefo no two because that's can move to since this called my no and the sana is telling you fire against say your name Mahama.
We will actually sell our land to illegal miners.
You beton you man nyina ma galamsefo yasase no
if in November menda otiwe mato koko $250 yes scam out me sorry farmers need to me was my age for 20 years me witness we be before. Say ya to koko pa na aban tuaka eye me wanwa amanfo tata me mitimi nda
school fees 50 December.
My children are home. They can't even go to school. Look at my tiny hands that I use for farming, and still I haven't been paid.
Now, until these farmers get a better response from government, this is going to be the situation where they cry out every day demanding answers. Old men, old women, all in these places seeking for answers as to why they haven't been paid for almost 4 months. Reporting for JoyNews, I'm Jacqueline and Suame.
Meanwhile, the Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Cocoa Board, Ransford Abbey, says government is still considering a new funding model to address the situation.
So we, together with the Ministry of Finance and Government, have been thinking through a new funding model. A funding model which also will not make us be obligated to sell our beans raw. Because under the syndication, you would have to sign contracts for the raw beans. And that is what you use as a collateral. And therefore, if, for example, you were going to do 600,000 tons and you were committing 500,000 tons to sell to buyers as raw beans, how can you in the same breath be speaking about value addition when you know that you're committing about 70-75% of your crop to go as raw beans? Meanwhile, you're also touting 500,000 processing capacity. We appreciate what the farmers are going through. We know that these are very, very difficult times, but we appeal that they keep faith with us. We would find a solution very, very soon.
Well, away from the cocoa sector, the Minister for Roads and Highways, Governance Suame, has rejected allegations by the NPP Ashanti Parliamentary Caucus that the government has scaled down the 4-tier Suame interchange to 2-tier due to funding constraints. Addressing a press conference in Parliament on behalf of the caucus, Francis Bois claimed the NDC government is deliberately repackaging the Suame interchange project, accusing it of denying the Ashanti region the road infrastructure it deserves. However, in a swift rebuttal at a separate press conference, the roads minister denied the allegations. Fatal Bayaga has more in the following report.
Governor Suame said, contrary to the minority's claims, government has only revised the scope of the project to a 3-tier interchange following the commencement of the Kumasi Outer Ring Road, which he says will significantly ease traffic congestion within the metropolis.
Construction of the Kumasi Outer Ring Road will divert most of the traffic up north from the city center. Suame will therefore require less capacity than previously projected. As much as the original design was not arbitrary, it offered what it could based on the opportunities that existed at the time. And with the construction of the Outer Ring Road, an even more appropriate option is being offered.
He further explained that the original design of the project was riddled with challenges.
The 4th tier, as designed, was affecting a two-story building, stores along the Suame runabout, and the Western Bypass Road, in addition to the Suame police station. It also was designed to traverse sections of the Kumasi Mall land, which also had complications in terms of impact and potential compensations. It is important to note that these costs were not included as part of the project costs as of the time the project started.
The roads minister also criticized Francis Bois, saying that his government has disappointed the people of the Ashanti region for failing to prioritize the completion of the Suame interchange project before leaving office.
Kumasi deserves better, as he puts it. Yes, indeed, Kumasi deserves better. By the way, President Akufo-Addo declared that by the end of 2024, the Suame interchange project would have been completed and handed over. So if my colleague, Honorable Asenso, had heeded to President Akufo-Addo's own plan, we shouldn't even be discussing the issue about whether 3-tier or 4-tier now. It is his failure and the failure of that government to deliver the project. And we are going to deliver that project for the good people of Kumasi.
The roads minister insists the government remains committed to delivering a functional and cost-effective Suame interchange, maintaining that ongoing adjustments are aimed at ensuring value for money while easing traffic congestion in Kumasi. For JoyNews, Fatal Bayaga, Accra.
Away from that, Speaker of Parliament Ayawaso has pledged his full support for the planned rebuilding of the W.E.B. Du Bois Center in Accra. He made the pledge after touring the center, where he bemoaned the sorry state of the facility, which serves as an important heritage site for Pan-Africanism, history, art and culture. James Aveji has more in the following report.
Built in the early 60s, the W.E.B. Du Bois Memorial Center was originally the private residence of the revered American writer and Pan-Africanist William Edward Begard Du Bois. Following his death in 1963, the facility was later opened as a memorial center for Pan-African culture and tourism. The move to rebuild the center became a matter of controversy in 2023 when the erstwhile government entered an agreement with the W.E.B. Du Bois Museum Foundation to redevelop the place. Current Minister for Tourism and Culture, Jifa Ablagomashe, on a tour with Speaker Alban Bagbin, says the agreement has been concluded.
Before then, I just want you to remember that I used to record by the far side here. Yeah. So if you go outside, there's a big tree out there. That used to be the compound where the children and I and Mami Dokuno used to rehearse and perform. And to thank most sincerely the President of the Republic of Ghana for his blessing that we should be able to see that we sign the agreement that releases the Du Bois Center, which is under the Ministry of Tourism, Culture and Creative Arts, to the Du Bois Foundation for them to be able to do justice to the place befitting of the status of the founder of Pan-Africanism. We are a country that is blessed with three giants who are here: Du Bois, Kwame Nkrumah, and George Padmore. It is my expectation that what has been done for Kwame Nkrumah and Du Bois is done also for George Padmore.
The visit of Speaker Alban Bagbin was part of the center's strategic stakeholder engagement ahead of the commencement of the redevelopment project in April 2026. He has pledged his full support for the project.
I'm a Pan-Africanist and a student of history. And so what I've just done here is to drink deeper into the wealth of knowledge that is left to rot here. You all know that if you don't know history, you will never be wise. I want to repeat this. Yeah. If you don't know history, you will never be wise. And I will definitely have my support, and not only by word, but by action. And I will invest personally in this project. Amen.
Executive Director of the Center, Japhet Haiku, detailed the cost and the scope of the project.
And we believe that by the 23rd of February 2027, it will have been completed and the new restored bungalow will be dedicated. Number two, we are concurrently working on fundraising effort because the project involves building a new museum that will exhibit the 95-year life of Dr. W.E.B. Bois, where we have a new library that will contain all the books, everything you want to know about Du Bois and his fight for human rights, his fight for social justice. That is going to be in so for the brick and mortar, we're looking at $60 million, and for the entire endowment and all of that, we're looking at $200 million.
Management is hopeful that the W.E.B. Du Bois Memorial and Pan-African Center should be redeveloped into a new facility by February 2027 to preserve his memory, Pan-African history, arts and culture. James Aveji, JoyNews.
Well, President John Dramani Mahama has urged the 5 newly commissioned ambassadors and a high commissioner to ensure that their missions are welcoming and responsive to the concerns and issues of Ghanaians in the diaspora. Speaking at the commissioning ceremony at Jubilee House, he called on them to offer compassionate assistance and to be humane in their dealings with citizens abroad. Presidential Affairs correspondent Maxwell Agbagba has more in the following report.
Do in the name of the Almighty God swear
The 5 newly commissioned ambassadors and a high commissioner have been charged to represent Ghana with dedication and professionalism. The ambassador to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Alhaji Saeed Salis Nari, ambassador to the Republic of Mali, Lieutenant Colonel Al-Hajj Umar Sanda Ahmed, ambassador to the Republic of Cuba, Kofi Atto, ambassador in situ, Emmanuel Opeku, and High Commissioner to the Republic of Malta, Regina Apiasam. Speaking at the commissioning ceremony, President John Mahama urged the diplomats to ensure that Ghana's missions abroad remain welcoming and responsive to the needs and concerns of Ghanaians in the diaspora.
I urge you to engage our diaspora with seriousness and empathy. The Ghanaian diaspora remains a vital national asset, contributing to our economy, projecting our culture, and supporting our national renewal. Therefore, let your missions be welcoming to them, be responsive to their issues, and humane, ensuring that every Ghanaian abroad receives professional and compassionate assistance.
He further called on them to articulate a Ghanaian voice that speaks with clarity, confidence, and conviction in pursuit of an Africa that is respected, prosperous, and united.
As a nation shaped by the Pan-African vision of our founding leaders, Ghana's foreign policy is anchored in the belief that Africa must help shape global outcomes, not merely react to them. I therefore urge you to articulate a Ghanaian voice that speaks with clarity, confidence, and conviction in pursuit of an Africa that is respected, prosperous, and united. Distinguished envoys, Ghana's diplomacy will be judged not by ceremony alone, but by results. Your work must translate into jobs, growth, opportunities, security, and measurable benefits for our people.
He also urged them to conduct themselves with dignity, discipline, and humility.
Distinguished envoys, beyond policies and targets, diplomacy is ultimately about character. You are the living faces of Ghana. Conduct yourselves with dignity, discipline, and humility. Uphold the highest ethical standards, respect confidentiality, and let your conduct reflect the values we cherish.
You're still watching JoyNews. We'll be back after this quick 10. Please stay with us.
Welcome back, and thank you so much for staying with us here. Now to some more stories.
Well, in the heart of the northern region, a quiet crisis is unfolding. Climate change is pushing women farmers in the Karga district to the brink. Prolonged drought has withered crops, leaving many with little or nothing to harvest. But amid the hardship, there's some resilience. Some women are adopting innovative farming techniques to survive. In this report, we explore the challenges they face, from land scarcity to food insecurity, and the steps being taken to confront them.
Women farmers are the backbone of agriculture in northern Ghana, but they are faced with a double challenge of lack of access to land and the impact of climate change. In this story, we explore these two subjects and its impact on food security and nutrition on families. We engage a farmer, Baba Fati, in Nyasabga, a community in the Karga district. She said she's been farming on the same piece of land for the past 6 years, and her yields have dwindled.
Last year, the drought was severe, so it was a low yield, and it's happening again this year.
Climate change is altering weather patterns. Most parts of northern Ghana have for the past 3 years suffered heavy drought. But why this challenge? We speak to climate change expert Wayo Mahama of the Faculty of Agriculture and Natural Resources of the Tamale Technical University.
The more we send gases up there, green gases up there, we're causing a problem to the ozone layer. And what do you expect? Heat at the end of the day. And so we always complain that the weather is hot. It's all because of our activities. There's so much emission of greenhouse gases. The population is growing by the day. We're becoming more industrialized by the day. We're buying more vehicles by the day. And every time you stand at traffic, imagine the amount of fluorocarbons that we are emitting into the atmosphere.
Impact of climate change affects yield, reducing access to nutritious food. Back in the home of Fati, her children are having breakfast. The children are eating cooked corn without any source of protein or vegetables.
If you harvest and there's no yield, how can you pay your children fees and give them nutritious meals?
Even though the issue of land scarcity and continuous farming are issues, some women have adopted smart agriculture practice, which is yielding results. We join Abubakar Suiba on her farm. She narrates what she's been doing to ensure her farm is fertile.
They taught us how to use grass, waste, and cow dung to make our farms fertile. And my tomatoes, okra, ayoyo, and more are growing so well.
Mr. Wayo also talked of how Ghana's policy on climate change can help in addressing this concern.
I recommend that the government of the day or governments should try as much as they can to subsidize and to help farmers with some levels of credits and grants that will help them adopt these technologies so that at the end of the day, we are doing what we should be doing and getting the results we are supposed to be getting.
For Joy News, I am Martina Bugre reporting.
This story is brought to you by Joy News in partnership with CDKN Ghana, University of Ghana Center for Climate Change and Sustainability Studies, with funding from CLARE R4I Opportunities Fund.
Well, the Ministry of Health says it is prioritizing locally manufactured medicines to reduce Ghana's dependency on import and strengthen the country's health security. Speaking at the 40th anniversary launch of NS Chemist Limited, the ministry's Director of Technical Coordination said the government plans to increase funding to support local pharmaceutical production. This move, he added, will not only create jobs, but also improve access to essential medicines and reduce reliance on imported drugs. There's more in the following report.
From pharmacies to homes, Ghana's pharmaceutical industry is on the rise, with locally made medicines driving health and economic growth. At NS Chemist's 40th anniversary, officials highlighted the government's push to prioritize local production, create jobs, and cut import reliance. Here's the Director of Technical Coordination at the Ministry of Health, Hafiz Adam Taha.
The government of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama recognizes the significant potentials of enterprises such as NS Chemist. Therefore, it is developing meticulously, considering policies aimed at fostering the growth and advancement of the industry for a collective benefit for all stakeholders involved. As a government, we remain highly committed to supporting local pharmaceutical manufacturing like NS Chemist to produce not only for local market, but for export to both reduce the country's reliance on imported medicine and boost foreign exchange flow into the country's economy. And they add that as well as providing jobs for Ghanaians.
CEO Ajua Achema Sampong showcased NS Chemist's journey from a single outlet to a nationwide network, announcing plans for Ghana's first state-of-the-art GMP facility to boost local production and healthcare delivery.
The NS Chemist brand, which enjoys strong recognition today, began its journey in 1986 as a single retail outlet. Through dedication, resilience, and unwavering commitment to excellence, the company has grown into an organization with 50 wholesale and retail outlets and counting, as well as manufacturing warehouse facilities across the country. We also do have a representation in some African countries. We will also commission our state-of-the-art GMP factory, the first of its kind in Ghana. This facility will enhance healthcare delivery across Ghana and beyond, enabling faster and more efficient access to quality medicines.
president of the Pharmaceutical Society of Ghana, Dr. Paul Donko, says medicines are a national security issue and local production must be scaled up.
Medicines have become a national security issue. Currently, we have 30% capacity in producing our own pharmaceutical care needs as a country. We must improve and go beyond that. And so let's continue to encourage ourselves to invest heavily in the pharmaceutical care conversations of the country. And when we do this, we would have safeguarded our security.
NS Chemist marks 40 years of service to Ghana, celebrating 4 decades of growth, innovation, and commitment to improving healthcare across the country. For JoyNews, Evelyn Amper's report. Read to you.
Away from that, non-governmental organization Foundation Botna, a philanthropic group focused on the well-being of young people in urban and digital spaces, is pushing for adolescent voices to be included in urban decision-making. The call was made under its Healthy Cities for Adolescent initiative as urban planning failures continue to marginalize young people came into light and focus at the Urban Youth Dialogue organized by the Foundation. The following report has more.
Urban planning failures that marginalize adolescents took center stage at the Urban Youth Dialogue, organized by the Foundation Botna's Healthy Cities for Adolescents initiative. The dialogue brought together stakeholders to explore practical ways adolescents can contribute to urban development. Speaking at the event, the team lead for the Healthy Cities for Adolescents initiative, Sarah Macmillan, highlighted critical gaps in urban planning that undermine the creation of healthy environments for young people.
I think the biggest gap was a sense of young people not feeling they had a role in shaping their city. Basically not feeling that they had any avenues to change things that they wanted to change, not understanding how they could shape decisions, not understanding how city governance works. So a big focus of this program has been about trying to educate young people to realize they have a voice and to understand the spaces where they can really raise that voice to influence decisions and shape their city.
Some adolescent participants shared key takeaways from the dialogue, highlighting the changes they hope to see.
The Global Learning Forum made me realize that even with different in cultural environment or the government, all adolescents still have common in challenging we have facing in our programs, and we all have common in passion for making the better community.
The changes that I would love to see is that when we bring out our problems and then the solutions, it not only becomes a documented something, but it is put into practice.
The program's director for the initiative, Catherine Scarefield, explained how the initiative will use targeted projects, including digital skills training, to support adolescents and achieve its objectives.
In West Africa, we have active projects in Ghana, in the cities of Ho and Sunyani, and all those projects are delivering activities to empower youth across a number of different areas, including sexual reproductive health, nutrition, mental health.
The Swiss ambassador to Ghana, Simon Jigga, attended the program in support of the initiative. Organizers say outcomes from the dialogue will inform future policy engagement under the Healthy Cities for Adolescents initiative, stressing that adolescent inclusion is key to building inclusive and resilient cities. Mavis Kabuko's report. Back to you.
You're still watching JoyNews Prime. We'll take a short break. We'll return with Showbiz. Stay with us.
Well, it's time for Showbiz, and Becky Bex is in the studio. Hi, Becky.
Hello to you, Fosti. How you doing?
Great. Feels great to be back.
Yeah, it's a beautiful Monday, and I'm very grateful to be here and be alive to be able to bring you Showbiz here on JoyNews Prime. We have a beautiful wrap for you here. Oh, I look good. Yeah, we have, everything that you need to hear in the world of entertainment for you here. Pronto, Shishini. Bye-bye. We're done this evening. PB, on my job.